Okay, so we are here in the field solarization trial. So high tunnels, right? Season extension, we all know that, but potentially more lethal temperatures. We know that from anyone who's worked in a high tunnel in July in the summer, right? In the middle of the day. But we also want to compare that to the field temperatures. So we're also mimicking something very similar to what's happening in the high tunnel out here in the field, looking at different time points, also looking at different size plastic, right? Is trapping more heat, right, with larger pieces of plastic. Is that a potentially better scenario for reaching higher temperatures? So there is some data to suggest that that is the case. The other thing that I hadn't talked about in the high tunnel, it was probably the heat getting to my brain, but the thickness of the plastic, very important. So what we are using is the 6 mil plastic that you would find covering a high tunnel. And we use that because that is what is accessible for many of you and for us, right? We've got it around. We've got some leftover on our roll, right, from covering the high tunnel the last time. And that is about the maximum thickness, though, that you would want to use. So too thick, right, you don't get that solar penetration that you really need. And so keep that in mind when you're using, if you're considering solarizing. The other thing to consider is, yes, the transparent plastic, that is important. So some of you may have heard of occultation before, and that is using black plastic. And that is mostly about weed management, not so much reaching high lethal temperatures to kill pathogens, for instance. So we actually want the sun to pass through this clear plastic and really hit the soil. So that is kind of the difference there. You could use black, but that would not be the same approach or the same methods as what we're addressing here with solarization. That is called occultation. And so, as you can see, again, anywhere where we don't have plastic, we have weeds. And so we've done a pretty good job of sealing this up out here. Same approach with some sod staples and covering the edges with soil. But we're doing well, and we're basically mimicking the same thing that we did in the high tunnel, which is burying at different depths for different periods of time.